First game after being champions ends in a loss, 3-1 defeat to Chelsea. Is the hangover about to settle in for the next couple of games? We're about to find out. But first and foremost, let's get into player ratings. It's Team Kop-Ish. Let's get into this.
Shout out to Kop-Ish.
Shout out to Kopish,
keep
guys.
all the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that, guys. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kop-Ish.
Yes, people, big up. You know what time it is. Team Kop-Ish match reaction, player ratings. Chelsea have just defeated Liverpool 3-1 at Stamford Bridge. Liverpool with some horrible defending, clearly having a late night because I don't know what was happening. But again, when you're champions, sometimes you take your foot off the gas. Big up everyone in the chat. Smash the like button if you haven't already, and subscribe to Team Kopish, all that good stuff, people. Drift, what are you saying, my bro?
Well, it's what it is, man. It's what it is. I ain't gonna lose no sleep over it. We're champions. I do find it a bit mad. Don't get me wrong, no one likes losing, of course, and I'm annoyed at that. Yeah. And it being Chelsea is obviously annoying because you don't want to lose to Chelsea, right? But do I get it? 100%, man. We're champions. The man have been partying all week. Like, I get it. Like, and in the Premier League, even if you drop 5% effort in the Premier League, the standards are very high, and that 5% is going to be obvious visibly. And we probably dropped about 20%, I would probably say, bro, in terms of like effort and whatever. Like, you could just tell, man. Do you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, no one likes losing, and we'll obviously address this game in isolation. But anybody who's making judgment on players and the performance are like, you know, when you're like looking for trouble. That's what I think those people are doing. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, and this is just my opinion on it. It's nothing personal, but I've seen it in the chat. I've heard this happening on socials, like Twitter and all that. People are like crashing it out and putting it on people and all that kind of stuff. I personally think that people are looking for problems if they're going to be angry past this game. We're champions. If you're going to start saying these men ain't good enough and rare, I think that's just unnecessary. I think you're going too far. I think you're just looking for, like, we're champions. Why do you want to be so annoyed? We're champions. We're 15 points clear even after a loss today. Champions, top of the table. And man, them still are finding reasons to be annoyed. Just brush it off your shoulder, man, and just enjoy the fact that we're champions and these games are formalities. Like, what the fuck? If you don't play and then you're played, yes, you've got to try your best to make an impression. But case in point, today was Harvey Elliott's first start all year, Matt. The 35th game of the season.
I know. But because it's Chelsea, innit?
And then man, them are going to crash on him when he's not great.
No, yeah. See, this is what Drift. I agree.
And this is what I'm saying. People are Drift. You want to protect your favorites. What the fuck are you talking about? Who's talking about any individuals? With all due respect, no, honestly, with all due respect, who the fuck are you talking about? And what are you talking about? What individual have I spoke about? You just want to crash on somebody because you've got an agenda against that person. All
right, Drift,
who am I personally? Me just talking about.
Drift, don't let them make you crash out for no reason.
First time I mentioned an individual.
Yeah.
Who am I protecting?
No, Drift. People are going mad.
I don't give a fuck about any of these poor performances.
Don't crash out. We're champions, bro. This is what big up the. Listen, big up the people. I hear it. I think there's two sets of not mentality, but the two sets of understanding. You can have the understanding of you understand why Slot done the rotation to give players playing time that don't normally play, and it was a gamble. And you've got the other side that think maybe you could have made just one change, go strong as hell, and try and go and batter Chelsea. Now, I'm not the guy to sit there and say which one is right, which one is wrong. I just think if you think A is better or B is better, that's absolutely fine. But let's not crash out on either of those. Like, I get it. Some people are at that point where they're like, don't make changes for Chelsea or Arsenal. Only make changes for the last 2 games. I want to bad them up. And I understand that. They are rivals. But on the other side, you got the people saying, but they are rivals, but they can't do nothing to us. Like, it's done. It's a wrap. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we've done our job. Like, we're allowed to relax. And when I say relax, I don't mean don't play football. I just mean don't treat it like it's a Champions League final. And what I'm going to say is this, yeah? Let's stop the in-house fighting because this is crazy. Like, we're freaking Premier League champions. If we can't enjoy
actually champions,
then what?
You know what? Sometimes you just can't please people. Like, if you still were crashing out when we're champions, there should be no help what you would have been like if we hadn't won the league.
Bro, there should be no crash out. There should be disappointment that we didn't win because we're Liverpool. So first and foremost, we're Liverpool. We want to win every single damn game. But you have to put context applied to it. We didn't win the game today. We lost. If that's the best Liverpool team that I've seen all season, I'll be going mad. I'll probably smash my laptop. I'll be saying bare mad stuff. But I know my team didn't really try today. I'm annoyed at it because I know that we're far better than that. But we should be doing way better. Do you get what I'm saying?
No, I get that. But I just
can you hear echo? Or is it just me? 1 2 1 2.
No,
it's gone now. Oh, it's gone now. It's gone now. But yeah, all I'm gonna say is this, Drift, yeah. Don't crash out on people that may have a different opinion. Because what I'm saying is this: there's people in the chat that are probably gonna do the whole I told you he shouldn't have played, and he's dead because he had a bad performance today. Now, if they think that, that's up to them. But there's more of us that understand it and will apply context and say people like Harvey Elliott didn't have a good game today. He's got to do better. But for me, this don't define his Liverpool career, that performance. It doesn't. It really doesn't. And I think that's where people are going overboard. You can say someone, he didn't play well at all. But many players didn't play well. I'm not going to make that define their Liverpool careers because they didn't play well in this one game.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's the point.
But bigger Endo, because Endo can't get
I'm talking to the people who aren't keeping it specific to this game. They're saying things like, I told you Elliott and Jones were never good enough. Get rid of them. I'm talking to the people who are saying that. Like, wait, what? They have a bad game when we're champions and they're clearly hungover. Even if it's not like from a drinking point of view, I just mean like the fun, the exhilaration, the excitement of being champions. The players are not in the right frame of mind now to care about running around giving 100% because it's over. We did it. We got to the finish line. So if a couple man drop the standards a little bit, they're human. That's how shit goes. Do you get what I'm saying? But for people to turn around and say things like, I told you this man ain't good enough, get rid of him. You just want to say that. You just want to put it on him. You've never really liked him anyway. And today was an excuse for you to have confirmation bias and continue with your agenda against that player. That's my opinion. Because there's no way in the world that you're going to be able to look at the performance of some of the star players today. Virgil weren't great today. Ali weren't great today. Salah was trash today. Trent was trash today. These are our world-class ballers. But their performance isn't going to be a reflection of just the game today. So their performance will just be a reflection of the game today because you know how good they are. But then if anyone else comes into the team and plays exactly the same way they do, you're not good enough. Get rid of him. This is why he doesn't play. Like, guys, everybody in the team was poor today.
Do you know what people
Everybody was poor today.
What people...
Come on, apart from one guy, the soldier, the one who I've been telling you, lot, we shouldn't be getting rid of all season. Other than that, come on, man.
Do you know what it is, though, Drift? After what I just said, I'm standing by it. One thing I also understand as well is that Chelsea are our rivals. So whether it's a friendly, whether it's a like whatever game it is, we don't.
I get that.
And I think, remember when you said it, you said it's because it's Chelsea that makes it worse. We don't want to lose. I know Drift don't want to lose any game. I know Carl doesn't. I know I don't. I know you guys in the chat don't want to lose any game. No one would ever sit here and go, I will lose that game. You don't want to lose any games, chat. What I think it is that makes it worse.
No, there's one game I would lose.
What game is that?
If Liverpool on the final day of the season were playing the team that if we beat them, Arsenal or Man United win the league, then I want to lose that match.
You mean like what kind of Spurs did when they mashed up Arsenal? Remember when Son didn't bury the chance?
Well, when they basically like that, yeah. Like if you could rewind time to the year that if you can rewind time to the year when Blackburn won the Premier League title off of Man United, and the final game of the season was at Anfield and we beat them, but thankfully West Ham got a draw with Man United. Yeah. When you look back at that game in hindsight, what the fuck were Liverpool actually doing? Why on earth were you No, check this, Matt. Kenny Dalglish was the manager, and Man U were the team that were going to win the league. What the fuck were we doing winning that game?
But do you know what it is, though? That's where it becomes conflict, because even though in your mind,
no conflict, bro, you lose.
No, Drift, hear me out. The players, remember, they're getting paid, bro. They're getting paid. This is where let's not go too much into it, because this is where it gets mad. This is where man, like, you see with the betting stuff, that's when it gets crazy. Because if I knew a player was like that, then I'm betting on that game that they're not gonna win.
Matt, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Man United.
I hate Man United.
Final game of the season. Fam. Final game of the season. Man United are at home to the team that can win the league over Liverpool. I understand what you're saying. Do you think Man United would win that match?
Bro, I'm just saying.
Final day of the season, Everton have got whoever at home, and if they beat that team, Liverpool win the league. You think Everton are going to win that match?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
Let's be real, bro.
There's gonna be a bit of a split. Like some
players, Arsenal can never talk about what Tottenham did, because if the shoe was on the other foot, Arsenal would have done exactly the same thing. You think if Tottenham win the league, if you flip that script, and if Arsenal beat Man City, Tottenham win the league, do you think Arsenal would have beat Man City? No chance, bro. Absolutely
I'm just saying,
no chance.
You have to speak to some.
Tottenham did in that moment what every other rival would do.
You have to speak to Son.
Every other rival would do it, bro.
Son is one of the most clinical players in the Prem, and he missed a bait one-on-one. I'll leave it there. That's what I'm gonna say on that bit. I know what I know if I was Son what I'm doing, but I'm not saying what I'm doing. I let the people decide. But we'll move on from that. Let's stay with the game. Listen. Bro, we just again that we're Premier League champions. I know we lost to our rivals, they're Chelsea. I get it, chat. There's a difference between being annoyed and disappointed to crashing out and going mad. As a fan base, I can't tell you guys what to do. You guys are the fans. We're all fans. We're all the same. Don't matter just because I'm on screen and just on screen. That don't make no difference. What I'm saying is, though, what me and Drift are trying to say is no one's happy with losing and no one's happy with that performance. But we understand why that performance happened. It's very, very different if we're like, bro, I don't understand what happened there. Like, we know what happened. Players got carried away. It's obvious for us to see. Just like how when we won it in 1920. And I just want people not to lose sight of we're champions. Don't let the Chelsea bragging rights of them beating us and we're champions get to you. Don't let that affect you. Be disappointed. Be frustrated. But don't go mad.
They know. Chelsea know. They got an easy game today because it's over. Like they know.
Like they kind of knew. I'll be real. Let's it's not about today, Matt. It's the same that these score players are good now. All right. I'm glad you said that, DP. I'm not having a go at you, my broski. I'm gonna bring up your comment on the screen. And again, broski, I'm not having a go. I'm just gonna speak about what you said because I don't draw people out on them things unless I'm really mad, yeah. And I ain't even mad, bro. I'm just calm and you know what I mean. So what you said there, I understand your frustration from your point of view that like some of the players that you think aren't good enough for the squad. But what me and Drift are trying to say is it's one game, we've just won the league, and you can tell there was a massive drop-off in everyone's effort. It's very, very different if all the normal players like Salah, Virgil, like 9, 8s, 10s, or whatever, they were going mad, and them fringe players were playing poorly. That's when you would say they didn't get the memo. Because I see Virgil going mad. I see Salah going mad. but they weren't going mad. Even their levels were off, along with the fringe players. Don't let this one game define what you think a player should be in the squad. We can't use this as a measuring stick. You can't. It's like one of the worst games to use, in my opinion. Anyway.
And the reason
we made
why
6 changes, bro.
Not only that, for the people who are saying that the players in the squad aren't good enough, what I will ask you is, if that's the case, if you truly do believe that, and again, I'm not saying they can't be upgraded on, because like most people can be upgraded on. In fact, unless you've got the best player in his position, he can be upgraded on. So I think it's really like redundant to even make that point. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, say for example, Virgil. Unless you have Virgil, any centre back in the world can be upgraded on, because there's somebody better than them. So, but can you even get that person who's better? But even putting that to one side, if these players aren't good enough, why did they make, and for the most part, I think I'm right when I say this. If you think I'm wrong, Matt, pull me up. For the most part, the squad players, whenever they've been called upon, have done their job. Yeah, they were poor today when they've all started at the same time. But Jones has been very impactful throughout the season. Elliott has done his thing this season. Endo has been exemplary this season. I think Tsimikas, for the most part, when he's come in, has done well. Bradley, when he's come in, for the most part, has done well. Kwanzaa started with that really poor game, but I think he picked it up during the middle of the season. I think Kwanzaa's performances, he came in, he played right back against PSG, played well. He's had some good performances. Kelleher, exemplary. We didn't even realize Allison was missing. For the most part, our squad players have been really good. You know, the only one that I would accept you lot crashing out on? Jota, Nunes. Those two have been trash majority of the season. Those two, I 100% understand why people would be. But you want to know what? Both of them are leaving, if not definitely Nunes. And do you want to know what's crazy, Matt? Nunes has still had 5 moments this season that were extremely impactful to us winning the league. So even though he's been trash, he's left with something. He's still got what will be seen as historical moments where he's done something during the season to help win it. So at the end of the day, even the trash player has contributed. So guys, the squad players aren't today. Today is not a reflection of Elliott, Jones, Bradley, Endo, any of the squad players. Today is not a reflection of them. It's just a poor game when we're hungover and we're champions. Like, guys, get perspective. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be level-headed and give you lot a different outlook of the way you're looking at it, because it's about perspective. These men are good enough. That's why we're champions. That is actually why we are champions. Again, if you lot want to have a difference of opinion, that's totally cool. I get it. That's what we're here for, opinions. But I think crashing out on these players, I think you're going too far. I just do. That's, again, like I said, man, if you think I said something wrong, then let me know.
No, in my opinion, there's no need to crash out from the people in the chat. And it's not, I see someone say it's gaslight. It's not gaslighting. All man trying to say is this: don't lose sight of what we are. We're champions. We want to win every game, 100%. This is the first game after being champions. It's not like it's the last game. If the last game of the season, I'd maybe understand it a bit more. 3 games left. You see them fringe players that maybe have a point to prove. Let's see what they do in the next couple of games. If they play exactly the same way, I'll maybe hear it a bit more, because that's when I say to you, do you know what? These games don't mean anything, but your future's in jeopardy, so maybe you want to try a bit harder. But this is the first game as a collective. This is Virgil. Virgil didn't play well today. I thought Virgil was a bit meaty today. I didn't think Virgil was that great. I don't think no one was that great today, other than maybe Ender. But we're going to get into player ratings. And
we're away from home, Matt. I think people keep forgetting Stamford Bridge isn't an easy ground to go to either.
No, agreed. Again, people need to understand, if this was more, it wasn't 6 changes and maybe only 2, I think we win the game. Even if we're hungover. We had 6, was it 6 changes, 5 changes today?
Look, you see when Endo, I actually think that it was a really poor mistake to bring off Endo. But when McAllister and, what's his name came on, because that was the first change, right? It was McAllister and who came on with McAllister? Is it Nunes?
Nunes. Like, you see this drift. I don't want to see this against Arsenal because they piss me off more than Chelsea. You get what I'm saying?
No, of course. And not only that, it's a home game.
Yeah.
I respect a lot more.
I don't want to see that against Arsenal. I'll be real.
Yeah, I respect a lot more.
I don't want to see that against Arsenal.
The home fans, because you've got like
I might crash out unexpectedly.
You've got like more of a need to impress because there's 60,000 people there that are all there to support you in it. So again, I don't want to lose any football match, and I understand frustration and isolation, but crashing out and saying these players ain't good enough because of one poor. Harvey Elliott had his first start. The 35th game of the season is Elliott's first start. And man, am I going to put it on him? Come on, man. Have you never heard of rhythm, form, like confidence? Come on, man.
Can't write man off after his first start.
First start is the 35th game of the season. And you want to know as well, Matt, you think these players don't also know? They know what we know. Manager don't trust me. Manager don't like me. Right, I get to play in the shit game. That's what you think of me. They're human as well, you know. They're not stupid, bro.
No, I know. But that's where I will say players like Elliott, even though there was remember, there's nothing on this game in Drift. There's nothing. Like, it sounds crazy. When I say nothing, obviously we get a win if we win, but there's no importance to it, like as it would have been before. Harvey Elliott still should have been like, I'm one of them. I spoke. The reason why I think Harvey Elliott's maybe a little bit under fire more than others, it's because Harvey spoke about his future. No one else has spoken about the future in the public as of the last couple of weeks. I think it was Harvey did, saying about, listen, I want to stay at Liverpool. I want to, if it's up to me, I'll be here, but management might have other ideas. That's when I will say, brother, you see, everybody else, let them be drunk. I ain't getting drunk. I'm on point. I'm balling out. That's one thing I will say about Harvey, only because he spoke in the media, though. Only because he spoke. No one else has spoken. No one else. But again, Drift, I'm not using this game to be like, well, bro, your career's done. I'll just sit there and go, bro, you could have used the opportunity. You didn't, but you better make sure in the next 3 games, you better do something because Slot's watching. And he's a man of detail, bro. So make sure the next 3 games, if you get an opportunity, you better ball out. You know what I mean? So that's one thing I say about Harvey. But
yeah, man. Harvey Elliott has some good moments this season. Again, everyone's entitled to their opinion, but if you're going to voice your opinion publicly, then it makes it up to discussion, and that's obviously what we're doing. And I find it very strange. Here's what I would like, and Andre, big up Andre, because I know Andre. Like, we all banter aside, like the whole thing. Andre obviously bigs up Szoboszlai a lot. This is where I would be like, okay, I understand where people are coming from. If, say, for example, right now, Andre was to come in the chat and say, I know this is a one-off performance, but guys, do you now see the reason why I back Szoboszlai? Because do you see how important Szoboszlai is to the structure of the midfield? It's constructive criticism, and I completely understand it. And I'll sit down with Andre and be like, bro, we already knew this, but you're bang on the money. This is why we say a lot, blah, 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 and Slot goes with this. And then you have a constructive conversation about it. Do you get what I mean? That's something that I would totally be. But when someone just goes, Elliot, shit, get rid of him. Fuck you know, all right. Ain't that the most random comment ever? Like,
no, but man, I'm just angry, like, just lost the game, innit?
But when you're a champion, how can you be that angry?
Because I think it's more to do with even. All right, so you could perceive this game kind of like a friendly. Because it doesn't change anything for us other than our points tally.
By the way, Andre, I'm not saying you said
doesn't change our status.
That's
as
what
champions.
You could say. Like,
and I understand it, bro. People hate losing, bro. I hate losing, though, bro. Don't get twisted.
Of course,
if I would never sit here and say I'm blessed with. I could never. I'll be lying. I'll be capping if I said that. So don't get twisted. I'm disappointed that we lost, but I'm not gonna crash out though and go mad. Like, I'm not gonna go mad. Start of the season, I didn't even think we'll be champions. I said top 3. We've now mashed up the league with 15 points, lost our first league game of the season. And again, it's not ideal, but I also understand why we lost. Now, if we go and lose the next 3 games, I would sit there and say, as a manager, even though you let the team have won, Don't allow the standards to drop to the point where where your players think it's okay to lose. I don't think there's anybody in that team that thinks it's okay to lose. I hope people understand that. No one in that team thinks it's okay to lose. Because if anybody in that team thinks it's okay to lose, we would not be champions. It is that simple.
Mm. And do you want to know?
It will be that
thing,
simple.
yeah?
And I hope you don't understand that. And I'm sure you
big
do.
Up, big up. I mean, I don't like your name, but big up Darwin, yeah, in the chat. You see, because the man could himself, that's disrespect. But anyway, he's got a point though. Another thing you have to remember is when a player comes into the team and there's wholesale changes, Matt, he's not getting to come in and show what he can do the same way the player he's replacing is, because he's not playing with all the other good players as well. So when you've got 3, 4, 5 changes all at the same time, this is why I said it was very harsh to judge Chiesa in that Plymouth game, because people are like, it's Plymouth, he should have batted them up. No, but look at the context. He was playing with all the reserve players as well. It wasn't Chiesa was playing and all the other Dons are on the pitch. It was he's going in and he's going in with the other players who don't really play, and there's no rhythm and everybody's disjointed, etc., etc. That is what you have to look at. Look at today's midfield as an example, bro, yeah? Even though I'm glad they all got to play, that midfield has never played together, ever. Correct me if I'm wrong. We have never, ever had a midfield of Endo, Jones, Elliott. Ever. They've never, ever played as a three. So if their first ever time playing together is away at Stamford Bridge, it could be a poor performance because there's no cohesion. They don't know how to play together. Do you get what I mean? Like, no one's got any rhythm. We're champions. Like, there's so many variables as to why there's a possibility for that to not work.
Yeah.
You've got to look at the bigger picture and add the context. It can't just be, we lost the game, they're shit. Come on, guys. That's when you're just on a crash. Add some context. Be logical, even if just a little bit. They've never played together. We're champions. All those players don't have rhythm. It's going to happen. It would actually be more difficult for them to play good than it is to play badly. Therefore, the chances of it being bad are higher. Come on. And again, we're champions. I can't believe how down the mood is. Guys, yes, it's not good to lose games.
Mad, isn't it?
But we're champions, man.
We're freaking champions. Don't get me wrong. Again, I don't want people to get mixed up. Man, ain't happy because we lost the game. I'm happy because we're freaking champions. You get what I'm saying? We're freaking champions, chat. Yeah, we're champions of the world in the Premier League. You can't talk to us right now. Nobody can talk to us in the Premier League, you know. I'm telling you, but it is what it is. Listen, Drift, let's get into the player ratings. I don't want to bring the mood down. This stream's kind of mad. Rhythm is a dance. Hey, listen.
You can feel it in the air.
Oh, it's so mad. I swear. Now, if it's Arsenal, it's different. I can't lie. I'm not losing to Arsenal if it's a kick in the park. That's a different story. But listen, let's get
I'm still not going to be peed off, but I get it. I would definitely be more annoyed.
This is why I was slightly. I think I'll crash out.
But it's at home, though, isn't it?
I hate Arsenal.
Actually, do you know, bro? The supers have started to pile up. Before we do play rates, I think we should actually get through some of the supers.
Yeah, let me read some of them because some of them I think in it. Big up Akil. He says 0 for everyone. Stream done. I hear it. Stream done in 5 minutes. Don't worry about it, fam. Big up Nana. Thank you. Thanks for the charity points, lads. Up the Chelsea. Right, Chelsea fans saying thank you. They need Champions League football.
No, but look, he gets it though. Chat, he gets it. We underperformed today.
Man, know that we weren't even really there. Like,
yeah, he
got
gets
Liam.
it, bro.
A game to see which players have a future here. Okay, I understand. I understand. And big up Andre, not fast on the loss, but our subs are weak. Big up LFC Mac 10. Kanati was dancing with away fans. Hey, my guy, you know. Gee. Listen, he knows we're champions, bro. Big up Mantis. We are champions, great, but for FC, let's not throw any of these players under the bus. Hate losing to Chelsea, especially, but on a 20-man, on man 20. What? Especially, but on man 20.
I think he's basically just saying like it's 20. We've won the league 20 times. Like Come on.
Yeah, I was just trying to big up Mantis. Big up Mr. Whoopsie. Endo going off while John stays on was a yeah. I'm not gonna lie, Endo shouldn't have been subbed. I hear it.
Yeah. That annoyed me. I don't see the point in
Understand that.
subbing him.
Big up Reds 2308. Slot shows why he never rotates. Trust not. I'm not gonna lie. Again, no, if Slot uses this game as to be like, this is why I don't rotate, that's moving a bit mad. That is one game. Big up Mr. LSC21. I get what you mean, Drift, but a lot of these players might be playing for their futures, and if that's the best they can do, then they'll be gone in 3 more games.
That's true.
I
think they already, but I think they already. I'm gonna be honest with you, lot. Yeah, I truly don't believe that 2, 3, 4 games would change the manager's mind anyway. At this point of the season, he knows who he's keeping and who's going. Like, let's be honest.
He already knows. Yeah, facts.
There is absolutely no way 3 or 4 games. Do you lot honestly think if Nunes got 4 in 4, it would make any difference?
Bro, I'm gonna be so real. Drift,
no chance.
Nunes could get 6 in 3, and he's still made up his mind.
It's still not going to make any difference, bro. The manager has already made his mind up about who's going, and the players 100%. Know this as well. They know already, man. So if I'm Nunes, I'm not pulling a hamstring when I know I've got to move in the summer.
Bruv, agents get spoken to at this time of the season.
Of course, bruv. Come on, man. We have to add context. Do you really think that players who know they're leaving are going to risk injury when they've got a club to find in the summer? You can't find a club with a torn hamstring or do you know what I mean? Or whatever. So come on, man. These men know 4 games ain't going to change shit. Come on, let's be real. It's not changing nothing. You can't say a player's playing for his future with 3 games to go. That they're already done. Like, come on, let's be real.
I agree. If they're done, they're already done from before. Big up Mantis. Elliot had a shit game. Guess what? He's a champion. You're damn right, he's a champion. It's had a bad game, though, innit? It happens. You know what I'm saying? Big up Lisa. People talking about fringe players, but a lot of the time I feel like the starters don't play well, and that makes the fringe players worse today. But I'm so glad you said that, and that's exactly what I said
earlier, bro. I said this earlier.
We said the same thing. I said the seniors, though. Like when I was giving my opening speech, I was like, "Look at Verge and Salah." I didn't even mention Trent. I said, "Look at Verge and Salah." It's not like they were going mad playing an 8 and 9 out of 10. Remember, I said this.
Yeah, they were like, I've never ever seen Salah have a poor first touch. Today, every touch he did was poor. Like, it was actually weird. I don't know what was going on.
Salah had a really bad game, in my opinion. Big up Jamrat. Let's keep the same energy against Arsenal then. Do you know what, Jamrat, though? I slightly disagree. You call it double standards, but I hate Arsenal so much that I just won't accept anything but.
No, but you know what the context added, which will be a little bit different to that game is that this season Arsenal was seen as a rival and Chelsea weren't. So the motivation will be different because you're against a team who tried
and we're at home
in the league, and we're at home. The home is gonna make it a completely different feeling. We're away today. Do you know what I mean? Like, that is the difference to add the context. But I will tell you this: as much as I hate Arsenal, and as much as I don't want to lose to them, I promise you, if they go out to PSG midweek, I don't give a fuck if they beat us. They have still had a shocking season, and we are champions. It's still not going to make me angry. Do you get what I'm saying? Now, if they beat PSG and then they beat us, that will pee me off. But again, we'll see when we get there, innit? Context is key, you know?
I hear it. Bigger DP. It's not about today, Matt. It's that some of these squad players aren't good enough. I think I spoke about it, so I'm not gonna go back into it again. Big up yourself, Dabrowski. Big up Andre. I like Harvey. Just put my view in. All love it. Come on, no, Andre. Come on. It's always love, man. It's never no beef thing. Andre, you know the thing already, man. Come on, man. You know the settings. It's never a mad thing. Come on. Big up yourself. Big up Tim.
So what did Andre say there? Sorry,
it's when he was talking about like the whole Elliot thing and like basically saying like how Remember when he said in the thing that Elliot gets bare protection? Like, where's all the Soboslai talk now, kind of thing, innit?
No, do you know what, Andre? I'm just fucking with you, bro, because I know how much you back Soboslai. It's just, I'm just fucking.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just, yeah, man. Big up Tim, big up Kopish. I ain't angry with the result. Disappointed, yeah. But it doesn't matter. 20 times, love your work for it. Big up yourself. No, I hear it, fam. I hear it. Everyone's disappointed. That's what I'm
saying. Yeah. Everyone's disappointed with a loss. Nobody wants to.
Do you know what I mean?
Like,
but don't like what I'm trying to say is, don't let this result make you so mad that the rest of your evening mash up. Because if this was normal circumstances, and with us, that's mashing up my whole
the rest
Sunday,
of the day,
and going into Monday. Like, but this ain't. It's not doing that for me. Nope. Nope.
I don't even want to lose a pound. Like, I get it, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. But
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're champions, man. We're supposed to float now right into the summer, and it's the greatest summer ever. Do you want to know what's crazy as well, though, Matt? Does this not maybe show a little bit that even when you get what you want, you still want more, therefore there's no such thing as happiness? Or am I thinking
what it is?
Deep? Because, you know, like, at the beginning of the season, all we wanted was the title, right? We get it, and it's still negativity. So, is it not a thing of like, even when you get what you want, you still, or like, you always want more? Like, there's never, how do you satisfy people?
I think people want perfection in a sense of we won the league and now they want us to, like, I guess in an ideal world now you finish with all those games as just wins. So you get as many points as you can in it. You get, I don't know how many points we can get now. What is it? What are we on? 80s? What are we on now?
82, in it.
How many points left to play for? 3. Then 9, in it. 9 points.
We can get 91 now, in it.
So
it was 94. Now we can get 91.
Yeah. If we can still go and get 91, that'll be sick. I can't even.
But even that, bro. 91 points will make it look really cool. I get that.
But this is what I mean when I say,
again, isn't that just bragging rights? That's us just wanting to be able to put it on rivals. And if that's what's annoying you, pull back from that. It's this toxic bullshit on social media. We are champions, bro. I wouldn't care if we won the league on 48 points, bro. If you've won the league, you've won the league, bro.
No, but that's questionable because it means something's wrong with the league.
But I mean, obviously,
I get what you're saying. I get the concept.
I get the league on 70 points.
70 points. I get the concept. I get what you're saying. You don't really care about
just to like make like we won, though, innit?
I hear it.
So 91 points is just for bragging rights. That's just you wanting to put it on rivals and be like, look how high our points tally was. And I get that for banter purposes, but that should not be why you're angry if we don't.
What's so mad is
because we achieved the goal.
This is what I was gonna say.
We're 15 points ahead.
Brother, we're freaking champ. It wasn't this is about
15 points ahead of Arsenal. You lot.
We're champions, but people are more concerned about points tally. I hear it. Everyone
when is that ever the case, bro? When you care more about how many points you got than what
I'm a champion. Chat, we're all champions. No one can talk to us. Who gives a monkeys if we don't get 90 points? Now, all jokes aside, though, chat. Who cares? We are champions. No one can talk to us, you know. We went into the season when everyone doubted us. I'm gonna bring everyone back into the room. Watch this. Every pundit that was there that had an opinion said Liverpool are nothing without Klopp. I don't know about this Arnie slot. They're going to have a transitional period. I don't even know if they're going to break into the top 4. But you never guess what? Could you ever guess that Liverpool just won the league and with ease? Because our nearest rivals are 15 points behind. Let that sink in, chat. Our nearest rivals are 15 points behind.
They're so far behind, we could lose every game, and I think we still end 3 points ahead of them.
No one can't talk to us, you know. We're the baddest in the Prem.
If I'm not mistaken, Arsenal's top tally is 79. If I'm not mistaken, the highest.
I don't even know.
Arsenal,
but you know what's so funny with
79.
Arsenal? This is what's so funny about Arsenal and especially Arsenal, because Man City can't say this argument because no one cares about their Prems to a degree, right? With Arsenal, they're trying to do the whole no one cares, you've won the league. But you know what's so funny? If you didn't care, you wouldn't speak about it. You know when Arsenal fans trying too much, they're trying to do too much. No one cares, Liverpool. No one cares. You do care. That's what
Arsenal on 67 points, bro. That means the most they can finish on is 76 points. Bro, 76 points is the most our closest rival can finish on.
This is what I'm talking about.
76 points, bro. So that means if we lose every single game between now and the end of the season, we still finish 6 points ahead.
This is why
even 6 points would still be seen as a pretty big gap, right? Like, generally speaking, if you win the league by 6 points, that's seen as quite a considerable gap.
Bro, 15 points is actually a mockery. Do you realize that? That's a mockery.
Bro, it's an absolute mockery, bro, to finish.
How can it be 50? Bro, 15 points should be the gap between 1st and 10th. Or like, do you get what I'm trying to say?
Or at least like 6th, innit? 1st and 6th. That's when it should be 15 points difference. But look, it is what it is. I'm going to stop telling people how to feel. If you want to be angry, then I don't want to live in that world of toxicity anymore.
No, see, I've seen a comment, and you know, I'm not going to respond. I'm not going to respond. We got Liam, Chelsea getting 3 points.
Do you know what always gets thrown in your face when you try and do what we're doing now, Matt? Which is just to add some like context and trying to be logical about it. You get told you don't have any standards. That's what you get told, bro. Why is that always the excuse when anyone wants to be level-headed? You ain't got standards. Your standards aren't high enough.
I don't know, bro. I'm not getting into that because
Jesus. And you want to know, if you want to live in a world where that's how high your standards are, you are just giving yourself crazy anxiety and stress in life for no reason, bro. For no,
I don't understand it. If
life is stressful enough as it is, bro.
If you set out a mission to win the league, like all the top teams do it, yeah. They set out their targets. Liverpool's target for Arne Slot was to win the league, but we weren't very boisterous. But Arne Slot, to be fair, kind of was. Actually, I take it back. He kind of was. But everyone else thought we were just talking. We've now won the league, you know. Like, we've won. We're champions. I don't understand. Don't be vexed. Just smile, fam. Chat, what are we doing? We're Premier League champions.
I can't believe how many people are annoyed to the level where they're actually angry.
Let's move on. Try to get 3 points out, then try and get top 5. Then if Villa and Forest do their bit, then Newcastle hopefully drop out the top 5. Then it's better. Yeah, I know. 4D. I was thinking about this, Liam, already about Newcastle. There is a chance.
Matt, you actually, when you rang me earlier on, you literally said, if we give Chelsea 3 points today, and then Villa win their game, Newcastle might not get top 4. You literally said the exact same thing when you.
I said if we lose, there's only one silver lining. We might get
Newcastle might not get top 4.
Yeah,
that was actually what you rang me and said. Yeah,
brother, I'm telling you, we're champions.
Remember, I said the reason why they will get top 4 though is because they're going to beat Arsenal.
Yeah, because Chelsea got a harder run as well, and I think Newcastle have got a quite tough run as well, innit? But I'm telling you, we've got nothing to worry about. Chat, let's relax. We've won the league. It's over. It's done.
Imagine if the 4D chess worked and Chelsea beat Newcastle to top 5 and we get Isak. Who's going to be angry then?
Could you imagine?
Who's going to be angry then?
No. Do you know what would be the maddest thing? Yeah, like you said, like basically, obviously we lost today. Didn't want to lose. But let's say the loss helped contribute to us getting Isak because Chelsea took out Newcastle and Forest done their thing, or Aston Villa. I swear to God, I will be so petty. I will come back to the stream and I will go through the whole chat. I will sit through the whole show and go back to every single one of you. So yeah,
let's look at this quickly, bro. Yeah, before we go back to player ratings. Yeah. Actually, no. Do the super because. Oh no, you did. Yeah.
No, I done it. Yeah, I done half of them. But
I'm saying the super on the screen. I just didn't want to lose it.
But no. We don't know.
Yeah. So look at this now, bro. Liverpool, obviously champions. Champions. Now look at from City to Chelsea, right? 63, 63, 64. Bro, that is tighter than the Ducks' arse. Pause, right? Now, Nottingham Forest
and Villa are going. Hold on. Remember, I told you.
No, but because Villa played a game in advance.
No. But Forest have a game in hand. All right. So let's say Forest
win a game in hand. Now 63, 63, 63, 64. Yeah.
Yes, peak.
This is 4D chess, guys. Newcastle have the more difficult run. Actually, no, probably Chelsea have the more
Chelsea
difficult
got a
run.
mad thing.
But all we need is Forest and Chelsea to just better Newcastle. Newcastle have to play Arsenal. I think Arsenal at home get a point minimum against Newcastle. I don't think Newcastle are going to beat Arsenal 4 times in one season. They've already beaten them 3 times. They're not going to beat them 4 times in one season. So Newcastle will maybe get a draw or a loss in that game. So that's points Newcastle have dropped. So it's 4D chess, bro. Newcastle could actually finish outside the Champions League spot and we could get an easier run at Isak. Yeah. All we need is for Forest and Chelsea to win 2 out of the remaining 3 games. And I think Newcastle finished 6th. Now, it's easier said than done. But I do believe that it could be 4D chess. It could be. And if we get him, then what?
Newcastle, it sounds crazy. I still think Newcastle will probably just edge it, but they really still kind of needed the win against Brighton, you know. You see that Brighton slip up could have as opened because remember, no one really predicted Chelsea to beat us today. That's the thing, because it's all based on Chelsea. Because you need 2 teams to take out Newcastle. You need a Chelsea and a Forest or a Chelsea and a Villa to take out Newcastle. Do you get what I'm saying? It's a bit mad. But yeah, all right, chat. Listen, we're gonna do the player ratings now. No long things. All right, let's do this now, Tim, because we're doing a lot. We're doing a lot. All right, Drift, Alisson Becker.
Do you know what? I understand what people are saying when they're saying Chelsea not getting top 4 is better than Newcastle on the grand scheme of things. I agree with that. We're only joking, by the way, as well. I don't even think we're going to go for Isak.
We're not getting Isak, even if we don't.
Yeah, I don't even think we're going to go for Isak.
You know what? We ain't getting him anyway, so it's cool. What you said about Alisson, though, bro?
I give him a 6.5 because there was 1 or 2 times and he made a really good save. But overall, I don't really think he had like a great game and he wasn't peppered. He wasn't at fault for any of the goals. But he did let in 3 goals. Yeah, 6.5.
Distribution was a little bit. Yes, I'm saying. Just forget his players. That's what I'm saying, bro. We're trying to, I'm trying to govern the thing. People.
Now those got a point. It's not 4D chess. It's 20D chess. I like that.
I hear it.
Champion.
Yeah, man, was saying 4 for Ali. Was he that bad? You think he was that bad? Rushing out 6 out. So mad. Ali gave away a pen, but luckily he was offside though. But don't worry about that.
Yeah. That was
maybe
a 6 then. Maybe a 6.
Yeah. Ali was moving a bit mad still. All right then. Trent, I'll keep it a buck. I don't think Trent was good enough, bro. He definitely was hungover. I'm not trying to make excuses. I think Trent was bad, I know you think he was bad as well,
Trent was a 4. He was poor.
He was poor, innit?
I'm not gonna lie. If he's gonna be throwing up them kind of performances, someone pack his suitcase already. Has Trent got a misses?
Let's not do too much, bro.
Has Trent got a misses? He must have, right?
Let's not do too much, bro.
I hope she's already packed his bags.
Drift, why do you have to do too much, bro? Why can't man's got to speak about his career and thing? Just let man live.
He looks like he's already on the beach, isn't it?
Come on, no, all right. If we're gonna do,
I know Madrid.
No. Wait. If we're gonna do that, all right, let's speak about your boy. Let's have fun. What we saying about Jarrell? Because all right, let me go first. Actually, I think he did make like one good like kind of interception stuff, but. And the Van Dijk clearance was not his fault, but overall, Jarrell.
It was a dive for the penalty. I don't think that was a penalty. I think he dived. It wasn't his fault the ball got kicked off him. Did he have shaky moments in the match? 100%. 100%. But he wasn't terrible. It just looks bad on him because of the end result. I'll go 6 for Kwanzaa today.
You going 6?
Yeah, because I think that he had good moments as well as bad moments in the game.
Drift, I'll be so real. I thought Kwanzaa was poor today.
That's fine. People will ignore the good stuff because of the bad stuff. That's fine.
Do you know what it is, Drift? Cal said it best. The drop off from Kwanzaa, from Ibu and Virgil is crazy. Yeah. They're not making crap, by the way. He's not crap. No one's. I remember we're talking about this game. This is one game. I have to put him in the same category as Trent, bro. I did think he was poor. That's me being real.
That's fine. I saw him. I saw him making some tackles and he was showing some good strength at times. He has 2 moments that stand out that I'm not even blaming him for. Caicedo dived and the ball was kicked off him by a poor clearance from Virgil. Like if that hadn't happened,
no, I'm not factoring that in though. Drift, I'm not factoring that in.
He was crap today.
No, but Drift, remember, there were times in the game you were like, why? You were like, Gerard's ran past the ball, he's done that a few times. Drift, you were saying things during the game, not realizing. You do realize that.
No, that was what I said. I said twice he hasn't concentrated properly and he's not realized the player has lost the ball and he's ran past it. Yeah, he did do that. But it's not going to make me forget he has some good clearances with his head. He made some good tackles. He showed good strength at times and blocked the angles. He wasn't... Remember, I'm only giving him a 6, which is average. It's not like I'm saying he was amazing.
I gave him a 4, so he's a 5.
But I just don't think he was poor. I think poor is too far. That's all. If you argued with me for a 5, I'd be like, okay, cool. Average. I get it. He was average. But he wasn't poor. But again, each to their own.
Hey, Darwin, you can't even say that. They got Darwin. You can't even say that. Think about what you're saying, bro. And then if you if you respond, you can, because the comeback will, you won't like what I'm gonna say. Virgil, what are we saying for Virg?
I give Virgil a 6 as well.
He scored. So it bails him out, but he was very, very.
That's what's making him a 6. Yeah, that he scored.
Yeah, if not, it would have been like a 5.
I think he was poor today. I'm finding it quite strange that people are putting it more on.
It's one of his worst games, isn't it? But you understand what? But he didn't play what? Bro, you know what's so crazy? I was all thinking to put Virgil 5.
Bro, sit there. No, honestly, I'm not trolling when I say this. Take away the goal and tell me why Virgil was better than Kwanzaa today.
He was still a little bit better. Little bit.
Why? Just explain to me. If you explain to me, I'll listen. Why was Virgil better than Kwanzaa today?
I think he read the game a bit better and wasn't as rash as Kwanzaa, personally. So even
Virgil was out of place for the first goal.
Hear me out.
He was the one with a terrible clearance.
Hear me out.
For the own goal.
Bro, you asked me a question.
I'm just reminding you of things. No, I'm just reminding you.
No, wait. I know what you're trying to do.
I'm reminding you of things.
You're trying to make me think. With the Virgil thing, remember, you said it during the game. You were like, I understand why there was a bit of a mix-up because remember, Curtis slipped. So that means Virgil had to go to Palmer. And remember, that's kind of not Virgil.
Endo went to Palmer.
No, Virgil went to Palmer.
Virgil was just out of position.
No, Virgil went to Palmer, bro.
No, Endo went to Palmer, bro.
No, Virgil did.
Virgil was just out of position.
Oh, I promise you. It was Virgil. Remember, Virgil stepped up. Palmer had the ball. Virgil stepped up. Chat. All right, I'm going to ask the chat. Watch this. Chat. Did Virgil step towards Palmer, yes or no? Or was it Endo? You're forgetting where Endo was, bro.
Endo came across to cover. I'm not saying that maybe initially Virgil might not have stepped up, but Virgil had plenty of time to get back, and he didn't. It was Endo that went over, bro.
VVD went to Palmer, bro.
So where did Endo go then?
VVD stepped to Palmer. I'm telling you, bro.
Guys, the whole reason why Enzo Fernandez was free is because Endo had to come over to cover the slip from Jones.
No, all right. So what happened? Remember, Curtis Jones slipped. So Endo was covering the other. I can't remember the other person. So Endo had his player. And Trent was caught between 2 players. Virgil had Palmer. Remember, because you was like, why did Virgil... you were like, why is Virgil... But Virgil had to do that because Jones slipped. I remember, bro. I actually remember this. I'm not joking.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying? But listen, I just think Virgil was a little bit better than Kwanzaa. And again, maybe I think it was a dive, if I'm being honest. I just don't think Kwanzaa was very good today. That's just me being real. Remember, Jeff, he even thought it was Matip a few times, going on them amazing runs and it weren't really happening. Like just losing the ball silly. Like, I don't think he played well, Kwanzaa, me personally. But yeah, man.
Bro, you know what? I'll be honest with you. We're actually both right in a way, yeah. Because I never want to be what do you call it, disingenuous, yeah. So I just went and had a look, and I think we're both right. So look at this, yeah. So here's the part where you're right, yeah. They're all in a line.
Yeah.
When the ball, when Jones slips, yes,
Virgil goes towards Palmer.
Virgil is naturally in position to be the one to engage Palmer. So that's true.
That's
But look, Endo has had to come over now because he's realized the space and he's had to leave. That's what's making Enzo free. That Endo has had to come over. But then look at this. If you go through it, and we'll be able to break this down on Big Up properly, guys. So make sure you're there for the match analysis when we break this down properly. But if you look at it though, bro, at no point does Virgil actually get back. Look, he's more pointing at Bradley. I'm pointing at Tsimikas rather than because if he comes across more centrally, then he probably blocks the pass. Do you get what I mean? Like look, why is Virgil here, bro? Why is he like? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't think there's a need for Virgil to have done that. And now Endo is the one marking Palmer. Do you see what I'm saying?
My initial point was when the ball.
So we're both right. We're both right.
All right. Hear what I'm saying though. The reason why I said what I said, when the move broke down and Jones slipped, Virgil had to go forward to Palmer.
But
when people start running forward.
He was already technically in that position, bro, because the back four was up the field. So he's there naturally. But then why did he end up on the edge of the box on the left-hand side, bro? Why didn't he get back into the central position? That's what I mean. Like, it's a little bit strange what he did afterwards.
I need to see the full clip again because when Virgil, but remember when Virgil stepped up here, Palmer's got the ball. Then I think Palmer plays it to the right, innit? I think off the top of my head, he plays it to the right hand side, innit?
Yeah,
because remember,
and then Endo picked him up. So Virgil's not marking anybody, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying. But anyway, you were saying Virgil's better than Kwanzaa today.
Virgil's definitely better than Kwanzaa, man. I can't lie, because even if you're gonna put blame on Virgil for that goal, Kwanzaa
without the goal, Virgil's not better than Kwanzaa today.
Bro, how many Matic runs did Kwanzaa go on and lose the ball?
One, when he got the yellow card after he'd given away the own goal. I don't think he gave the ball away when he went on the other run. He only went on a run twice.
No, I think it's 3 times, bro.
Nah, I think it was only twice.
But Kwanzaa weren't good well, in my opinion.
I don't think Kwanzaa was good, but I don't think Virgil was good either.
Virgil, no. You know when it's like you weren't good, you were slightly better. But both, remember, we're arguing over a 5 and a 4, bro.
No, I hear it. I'm just saying.
We're doing what we told the chat not to do. We're freaking champions. Listen, bro.
No, this is player ratings. This is when you're just assessing the game.
No, of course. But I do think Virgil had a better game than. All right, chat. Hear me out. Do you lot think Kwanzaa went on a couple of Matic runs and then lost the ball? Or my guy mad? Because I remember Kwanzaa doing them kind of runs there. Do you know what I mean? Where is it? Virgil, because you said, Griff, what did you say for Virgil? You said, sorry?
6.
Oh, yeah.
That's me basing that on the fact that you lot.
Yeah, because of the goal, innit? Yeah, because of the
goal. No, not because you lot made Kwanzaa a 5. If you lot had let Kwanzaa be a 6, then I'll give Virgil a 6.5.
You really want. I hear it though.
I just think the goal was the only thing that Virgil did better than Kwanzaa today. I don't think he played better than him.
I think Kwanzaa was, bro. Take away the goal, Kwanzaa was losing the ball, bro, and he's a defender. So you see him taking them runs, bro. You shouldn't even be doing that. After the first time you do it and you lose the ball, don't do it again. But Kwanzaa was rash today. Gave away a penalty.
How come you're not remembering the times when Kwanzaa stepped up and did do a nice pass or did make a tackle or a clearing header?
Well, Kwanzaa wasn't that
it's
good
only
today.
Looking at the negatives. Anyway, let's move on.
I just don't think he was that good, bro.
Neither do I. And it's not like I ever said he was an 8.
Bro, Kwanzaa was...
No. Anyway, let's move on.
Kwanzaa was not good, bro. I don't get it. I don't understand. I get it. You got the stock.
No one said
I
Konza
get
was
it.
good. No one said he was good. He just wasn't crap. Anyway.
Do you not think that's a bad performance from Konza? You think that was good?
I think it was an average performance from Konza. I don't think it was crap. It wasn't crap. The penalty and the own goal is not his fault. It was a dive and Virgil blasted the ball at him. What can he do about that? So you're judging it. So you're judging him on two dribbles out from defense.
Drift, you're crashing out. You know, I never even mentioned when Virgil.
Yeah, you've mentioned dribbling out from the back. So that's what you're giving him a low rating for, because he dribbled out from the back and lost the ball.
I just highlighted two things when he was Matip and tried to bring the ball up from the back. His initial defending when he was running past the ball was another factor. You said it during the game. I don't want to be petty, Drift, and go to big up and go show. You said it your own self.
He did. He lost the ball dribbling once and he ran past the ball twice.
Drift, even you kept on saying during the game, I don't know what's wrong with Konza.
Let's move on.
For the chat that was there on Big Up, what was Drift talking about? This is what I don't understand, Drift.
No, like just one moment in the game where I said, "Wow, that's the second time Konza's done that. Why did he run past the ball?" That was it. That was it. Yeah, then like I crashed on him and I started to rinse him.
You never crashed on him.
I just said that one statement.
Your realization, Drift, your realization during the game was like, Konza needs to fix up. You literally said, Konza needs to fix up, man. That's what you said.
Yeah, I said, don't run past the ball again, bro. Stop anticipating what the player's going to do and just wait. And then when the player makes a mistake, the ball's waiting for you.
Your exact words.
That's what I said.
Konza's ran past the ball twice now. He needs to fix up, man. Bro, should we go get the clip? You said
so
that.
You think that one moment means that his whole game anyway?
Right, let's just move on, man.
We're spending way too much time on him.
Way too much. I ain't got time for
way too much time.
I'll be real. I'll be so real. We're crashing out over flipping the guy that wasn't playing well, man. Right, Simika, what was the Simika, bro?
5.
I'm not gonna lie. Simicast was getting cooked a few times.
Only time I remember being cooked was when they scored the goal. I don't know if he got cooked other than that.
There was quite a few times on the right-hand side. Simicast weren't that great. I say
no, that's what I'm saying. 5. I just think he was average. I don't think he was.
Yeah.
I don't think he was crap. I just think he was average.
No. Yeah, we'll go over 5.
If you get done one time in the game, I don't think that should be the overall judgment of you.
No, there were obviously
the only time then when he got done.
There were spells in the game where we dominated possession, but we didn't really use the ball. But there were also times when Chelsea hit us on counters. Both of our fullbacks at one point weren't doing very well at all.
But he was up against Neto today, and I don't think Neto had a good game and did anything. So I don't know what the judgment against Simicast would be then. Like, do you think Neto had a good game? Because I don't.
Nah, do you know what it is? I keep thinking of the opening goal, though. I think that's maybe why the opening goal.
Thank you for reminding me, Mantis. It was actually Palmer. Was it Mantis that just said it? Who said it? It was actually Palmer that did him for the goal as well. It wasn't even Neto. So the only time he got done in the game wasn't even the player he was up against in the match. It was Palmer that skipped past him.
No, when the cross got played in, Simicast didn't cut out the cross.
Which cross?
The cross for the goal. For the
for the first goal.
Yeah. Remember the cross was put in.
Yeah.
Neto pass. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna imagine,
I forgot
Neto's
that he was part of that goal, yeah.
Simicast was right there. He didn't cut the pass.
But again, I've just watched it back now. I don't think that's a judgment call. But yeah, 5.
You know what I'm saying? Cut out the. In my opinion, when you're like on your game or whatever, you don't even let that cross come.
You got to remember though as well, because it was a cut back. It's quite difficult to block that because your main angle you're trying to block is the straight across you cross, because that's always kind of the more danger. When somebody's pulling it back, as the wide man, you're more hoping that the centre backs and the DMs have done their work to track any runners. Does that make sense, bro? So if you're a winger and you've played wing back, right, or you've played fullback, I've only done it once in my whole life. If you're a fullback, your main aim is more to block a direct cross into the box than to stop a cutback, because it's kind of impossible to stop both, right? Like when you're watching the way a winger's going, it's quite difficult to block both angles. You're not an octopus, right? So when you watch back the replay, Simicas's body language is waiting for a cross so he can get the block in. Yes, I guess you could technically say he still should maybe make a block for the cutback.
No, what it is,
but a cutback, you hope the DM has tracked the runner and the centre backs are positioned to, do you get what I mean? To more deal with, because a cutback is someone running onto the ball, right?
what it is,
You're
though,
more
Jim,
blocking the cross for a striker.
There was too
So
much
it's
space for the winger to put in a cross. You sometimes, if you're that tight to them, whether they try and drag it back across it, you can just cut that out straight away. You put the challenge in. But Simicas gave a little. Remember, Simicas is initially ball watching. That's what caught him out. If he weren't ball watching, I think he gets closer and he's more aggressive. He wasn't as aggressive as he can be. We've seen it earlier in the season.
He's ball watching. When you watch it back,
No, but I'm not getting mad over it. I'm just saying like what he normally does. He was caught a bit ball watching and was a little bit late to react. Because remember, he still sticks a leg out, but the cross is dragged back, like you said. If he was more switched on and a bit more proactive, I think he cuts it out personally. But he was a little bit laboured because he was ball watching. Personally,
I don't know, but yeah.
But all right, cool. Let's move on to let's talk to Endo, man. I'm gonna be real. Endo can feel very aggrieved that he was substituted because
very strange.
There's I don't understand why he wasn't given 90 minutes. He didn't look tired. And it's not even a thing of you wanted to be more offensive. How about this? Endo was making some of the best passing in our team. How about that?
Told you Endo's passing is good.
Endo's passing is good. Never said it wasn't. It's good. What was it for Endo? Excuse me.
Endo was man of the match for me. I know people never give man of the match to the team that loses, but and Palmer did play well today.
We've got to be careful there, Drift. Though we did lose, but he was our best.
No, but I don't think
our man of the match is Endo. I hear that.
I don't think that's got anything to do with Endo. Like us losing, Endo had absolutely no part in us losing. He performed brilliant.
Yeah, you're going. Actually, no, go on. Finish your point.
No, because I'm not mad at Palmer getting man in the match, but I think
it's not from Palmer. Do you know how I thought played well? Didn't Lavia play well? Because I'm not gonna lie, no one could get near him.
Nah, not better than Endo. No, he was good, but he wasn't better than Endo.
You don't think Lavia played well for them?
No, I think he played well for them, but he wasn't better than Endo.
I hate to say, even Caicedo played. Bro, Caicedo actually played well.
But none of their performances were better than Endo.
I'm just saying.
Anyway,
I think he was our man. It's not about best. It's a debate, but yeah, go.
I think Endo was exceptional today, especially under the circumstances. I'm gonna go 9 for Endo.
9.
I
mean, I would have said 8. Personally,
I'm fine with the 8.5. I still think that makes sense. He was brilliant. He was brilliant, man.
But
I don't care about Chelsea winning the game for my judgment on the players. I'm just looking at it as an individual. I think he was brilliant.
No, it was. That's
playing in a team where most people have dropped their standard as well.
Very good.
Chelsea played well as a whole, so it's a bit easier for their players to play well. We were poor on a whole, and he absolutely stood out because he was the only one taking the fight to Chelsea.
Do you know what it is? I think Endo was definitely an 8, maybe an 8.5. What you have to be careful of sometimes is the levels of all the other players were so low, it can make the one player that's playing so good look like he's absolutely gone mad. What Endo was doing, do you know what Endo was doing? Breaking up play and playing some good passing. But I wouldn't sit here and say Endo had a special, like Endo wasn't like some special performance, but he was very, very good. That's why I'm looking at the metric. 8 is very good. I think Endo was very, very good today, personally. Do you know what I mean?
not mad at that. I'm not going to sit here
you said 9, innit? So we'll go
out about it. I get your point, but I think he was brilliant today, and I think makes. I'm not against it. Sometimes, even though you're right that you can stand out when people are playing poor, that's very, very true. But I also think if you flip it, you can actually say it's pretty impressive to stand out. When everyone else is so poor, you normally get dragged into their. Do you get what I mean? You normally get dragged into their crap. So for a whole game to maintain the high level, it's pretty difficult. if everyone around you is playing crap. Do you get what I mean? So you can look at it both ways.
No, I hear that as well. Now, fair play. Endo gets at 8.5. 8.5. Curtis Jones.
Curtis Jones, I'm going to go with a 6. I think even though he had some poor parts of his game today, which was a little annoying, I think in the second half, he actually started to get on the ball and was one of the only reasons why we was looking threatening in any way. So he had a Jekyll and Hyde game of good and bad. But I think he was playing some very good passes through. I don't know what was going on with his boots because he slipped for both goals, and that's frustrating.
All right.
It's like, is it his fault or isn't it his fault? Because if you slip, it's your fault because you slipped. But I don't know. I'm not mad at people giving him a 5, but I'm not having it. He wasn't. Five I can understand. He wasn't crap. He wasn't a 2. He wasn't a 3. I'm not agreeing or hearing that at all. There's no way anybody could tell me that Jones was crap today. He wasn't. He was getting on the ball in the second half and he was doing very good progressive passing at times. Was he great all game? No. But not 2s and 3s. 5 or 6. That's my opinion.
Yeah. Jones was better in the second half. I thought his first half was really bad. I'm never forgetting the game when he was getting out-muscled by Cole Palmer. I was like, what are we doing here? He looked like he was trying to do the whole... This is what Jones done. I know, and again, with Curtis Jones, he's won a league title, innit? You know he's done the mad thing and had a couple of drinks or whatever, right? But the holding onto the ball and certain aspects, I was like, bro, I remember he got fouled and couldn't release the ball. He still wanted to. I'm like, brother, seriously, don't you get sick and tired of this? Like, you're getting fouled, you're falling over. Do you not respect the fact that sometimes, which I think people ignore because they just have like maybe agenda is a strong word, but you know this whole thing of like Jones always holds onto the ball. I understand.
There's like this thing now. So whenever he's got the ball for longer than a second, everyone's like, but do you not respect sometimes the fact that him holding onto the ball is just to not do a pointless pass back to a defender?
I get it.
Because he's got no options. There's so many times, and I think people don't pay attention to he's got no option for a pass apart from the centre backs. And if he passes back to the centre-back, it's just another pointless back pass that people used to crash it on Hendo about. People always used to say all Hendo does is backwards and sideways. So whenever Jones is holding on to the ball because he doesn't just want to do a backwards pass, people start shouting at him. He doesn't have many options sometimes, you know, when he's on the ball. People are flat-footed, no one's making angles, and then he'll try and do something, and then people shout at him, okay, maybe you should pop it off to the centre-back to keep possession. But don't we say, no invention, why he always going back to the defender, yada, yada, yada. Man's damned if he does, damned if he don't.
With Curtis Jones, Drift, he has this trait. He holds on to the ball when he doesn't need to. You see when you're a ball carrier, and you're very, very good at it, it's okay to hold on to the ball. No one said you can't hold the ball at times, but you've also got to have discipline. He lacks discipline, Drift. That's me being real. This is the reason why
I don't know.
The reason why I'm going to say is this: Curtis Jones has the ability to be a top player, you know, bro. You know, Curtis Jones don't lack the ability. You know, it's not the ability, right? It's the mentality. So, but that's the problem. It's the mentality, bro. I rate Curtis Jones, by the way. What I'm saying is, what holds him back is that there's times when he can release the ball, but there'll be an option, and Jones will be like, nope, I'm keeping on to that ball. I'm making this thing happen. You know what Curtis Jones does a lot of time, like even
might be instruction, bro. You know,
I've played against people like this, yeah. They'll get the ball, hold on to the ball, they'll lay it off, and they're saying, "Give me the ball back." It's like, brother, I just gave you the ball. Why do you want it back? You're not progressing nothing. Jones is that type of player at times. It's like, brother, try and make a run, because you know what it is with Curtis Jones. I don't know if you notice it. Curtis Jones is not a great runner, in my opinion, off the ball. He needs to be on the ball. What Jones needs to get better at is running off the ball. When you lay it off, make a run off the ball. Don't lay it off, then come back into the space and go, give me the ball. Don't get twisted. I like his confidence, Drift, because you need confidence in football. And there's times when he can when he can alleviate pressure, yeah, in like if he's getting pressed or whatever. But sometimes you got to know when to release it, fam. That's the problem with Curtis Jones.
But
And that's what holds him back.
I don't think he does that.
It's a
lot.
compliment, but like a negative at the same time. You want brave
I'm not
players.
saying there aren't times when
Do
he
people
doesn't
understand
hold
what I'm
on
saying?
I'm not saying there aren't times when he doesn't hold on to the ball. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying sometimes when he's holding on to the ball, have a look around instead of crashing on him and realize there's no option. He's not holding on to the ball for the fuck of it. Sometimes he's holding on to the ball because there's no option. But why is it that instead of thinking where's the movement, everyone just runs with the narrative, Jones holds on to the ball too much? You know, sometimes a player builds up a reputation and now no one sees anything else. Drogba's a diver. Remember? And it was just like everything. Drogba's a diver. Drogba's a diver. I think Jones has now just got this narrative against him where anytime he's got the ball for longer than a second, he's holding on to it for too long. How about there's no option? So it's actually smart for him to hold on to the ball.
As fans,
instead of just giving the ball away for the sake of...
But Drift, as fans, we see it. Look at McAllister and look at Gravenberch. They might
there
not...
are times when they dwell on the ball, but there's no agenda against them.
Here's what I'm going to say. They might not even be as good as holding on to the ball as him. Maybe only Grav, right? But there's still points when they like, I've got to release the ball. Like, I have to, because if
so
not...
So passing Jones.
But Drift, it's about the maturity. You see, with Curtis Jones, I'll say it once again, bro. Holding on to the ball is not a bad thing. But there's going to be times when you can't just hold on to the ball because you feel like, oh, there's not an option, when we can all see in the stadium and the coaching staff. Because if this was the case, Drift, I promise you, Drift, if Curtis Jones was a better decision maker, in my opinion, he would even have more game time. The manager knows he's a talented player, bro. But the only thing holding him back, in my opinion, is there's times when he goes, I'm holding on to the ball, man. I don't care. Like, you know, Jones, you could imagine Jones is very, very like happy with his pass completion for the season. Because I think he fries himself on keeping on to the ball, not playing hospital passes, which is good, by the way. This is what I'm saying. But you kind of got to know when to do the right thing, and that's release the ball, bro. Don't hold on to the ball because you feel like it's the best thing for me.
Do you wanna know what?
Team. I'm sure I'm
gonna put my neck on the line. When Cal's back, we'll use that same website he used before. I guarantee you that Jones is the second highest progressive passer in our midfield. I guarantee you. He makes more progressive passes than Szoboszlai, than Endo, than Gravenberch. I will be shocked if McAllister isn't the only midfielder in our team that makes more progressive passes than Jones. So for everything you just said, I still believe he makes more progressive passes than anyone else.
But let's say that he makes more progressive passes than everybody else. Does that still take away from games that you see with your own two eyes that he can't release the ball?
No, what that lets me know is that when he's not releasing the ball, it's because the pass isn't on. And he would rather keep possession. So you always think the pass is not on when he doesn't play the ball? Team. I'm not saying every time. I'm just saying a large portion of the time. We're a possession-based team.
Yeah.
And that is what I believe. He's not making the pass because the pass isn't on as much as we think it's on.
Drift, we all watched the game. And this is where you have to be careful with stats. Because remember when I was saying to you like about the whole Kirkes and Ait Nouri thing? I've watched them both this season. And as much as I think Ait Nouri is like good defensively, I think Kirkes is better. But statistically, it's going to say, you know what I'm saying? But then you got to factor in how the teams are playing. There's so many aspects of the game where you have to be careful with stats, yeah? We all watch Curtis Jones. Everybody says the same thing. Remember, this isn't like this is just a few people. This is the whole fan base, bro. The whole fan base.
Yeah, but he can have the ball for a second and then everyone's like, oh, release it, bro, release it.
No one
it's
says
just become a narrative.
Hear what I'm saying? McAllister is very good at looking after the ball, so is Gravenberch, but neither of them are considered ball hogs. There's a reason for that.
Because there's no narrative against them.
No, because they're more mature in how they play. It's not about, bro. It's just one aspect of Jones's thing, you know. Man, they never said he's crap, you know. I'm saying this is this one aspect where if he improves it, Drift, I'm telling you, fam, he goes up another level, bro. You know, if Curtis Jones actually was like, and again, I rate him. I hope he even sees this video, bro. I am praising Curtis Jones, bro. What I'm saying is, if he improves this one aspect of the game, Curtis Jones goes into our next level. I'm not even joking you, bro. Because you can still look after the ball, but then you got to know at time, do you know what? I'm going to release that ball now. Because sometimes you can kill a move. You can see your players are going doing this. because you know that you've killed the, you dwelled on it. So even if you hold on to the ball and you haven't lost it, you've now killed a move that was potentially there. So now we have to recycle the ball.
I don't ever.
Jones likes to recycle play, which is not a bad
I don't
aspect.
see the other players frustrated with Jones during games, but maybe I'm missing it.
But yeah, look, bro, remember what we're talking about is not even like something detrimental. For me, it's more about if he does this, in my opinion, he moves on to the next level. Because Jones is a good player, he's a good squad player. But there's a reason why I think he's not a good first teamer.
Because I see other players in the team hold on to the ball as much as him, but there's no narrative against them. But anyway, let's move on.
All right, cool. Where is he? Where's Curtis? Oh, there he is. What are we giving Curtis, by the way?
It depends what you want to give him.
I was giving him average. What was you giving him?
Just give him a 5 or a 5.5 then.
All right, cool. We'll put him in Simikasa and them boy there. All right, let's move on to the number 10. Ooh, this is gonna get techie. Harvey Elliott.
Yeah,
What's saying for Harvey?
Harvey
was poor.
I don't actually really remember Harvey, which is worse.
I think we can make this easy, Drift. I think he goes into that category, bro.
Yeah. I'm 2 or a 3. He was bad today. He was.
And this is where you have to be careful. And you see, when you start speaking about your future, this one game doesn't define it, by the way. But what you have to remember is, if you know the manager can be picky, and like Chiesa feels like he's not playing because of his Plymouth performance, but that's his only bad performance, you have to be careful if you're Harvey. Here's the thing. Rules apply for different people. You know, Virgil had a very, very mediocre game, maybe bad game for us today. You know, Harvey Elliott can't afford that because they're in different realms to how Slot sees them. And this is why you have to be careful if you're Harvey Elliott, you know. Remember, this ain't me, you know. This is the manager. The manager is a madman. The manager's still holding on to Chiesa's Plymouth performance, bro. That's what the rumors are saying.
No, I don't believe that that's true, and I would like to hope not, because I think that's very poor management. If you're still holding a grudge from the Plymouth game, that's poor management.
That's poor management
because that means that you're not giving anybody any room to make a mistake.
Hear what I'm saying? You say I'm not defending the manager in this instance, by the way. But if you say to the manager, what's this? Oh, no, there's a problem with X, by the way. Twitter. I don't know why it's just come up on the screen. It's not going through the feed. If the manager is holding on to that Plymouth performance, which I think is ridiculous as well, the manager can easily turn around to me and say, but who's just won the league? And I didn't even use my man. So what are you doing here? I just used the person that I don't think is good enough, and I just wrapped up the league. And I just made the guy that's literally 32 years old play more minutes than anybody. So what are you telling me now? What can you really say to me? That's what the manager would turn around and say, you know, in his way of wording, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can't really say nothing. I agree with you though. He should have played Chiesa. How can you hold on to one performance? But I start to believe it because I'm like,
the Plymouth game being the judgment is way over the top, man.
The coaches, there's an article about it.
I hope he's not doing
and
that.
Again, it's one article, but it is petty. I do think it's petty, personally.
It's very petty. I don't want my manager being that petty that like one match and then he'll hold it against him for the rest of the season. That's like Rafa Benitez used to do that stuff. I don't like that shit.
But if you deep it though, Drift, the manager does have a few tendencies that make you think if something really annoys him, that's it for you.
Yeah,
in fact, we'll speak about that tomorrow because you know my thinking of some of the players already. All right, that was Harvey, is poor. All right, let's go to the right. Salah. What are you saying for Salah, bro?
5 at the most.
Average, I'm thinking Salah was
at the most. I think we're being generous to give Salah 5.
I don't think Salah was that good, you know. Wait a minute.
I'm not only. All
right, you know what? The only crossing is the crossing. No, Salah's crossing was good. Remember, some of Salah's crossing was good, you know. But other than his crossing, he didn't beat.
Was it? Remind me of a good cross.
Salah did put a good cross in. Remember to Jota? Was it to Jota? And Jota, or am I thinking of another opportunity?
I can't even remember.
Chat, am I going mad? Did Salah cross it to Jota and Jota scuffed it? Am I going mad? Or am I thinking of, or was it on that other side? I feel like I'm going mad now, you know. Oh, the Nunes missed the header.
Oh, was that his cross? Well, so that if that's the case, then that's the only thing.
Was that the only thing he did, chat? In your opinion, the Nunes header was
because I'm not even gonna lie. You see the way, like, don't get me wrong, the
his
Nunes
first touch
header
was terrible.
The Nunes header was terrible, but I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Salah's miss was just as bad. When Gakpo put that really good cross in, fuck knows what Salah.
Oh,
was
what
doing,
the header?
Bro. Bro. What was Salah doing with that header, bro? Like
That
that
was
header was
true.
just as bad as Nunes' one.
Oh no, bro, Nunes.
Bro, no, because you don't know what the difference is.
I'm not
Nunes
defending, but Nunes one was
no.
mad.
They're both bad. But what you got to remember
Drift.
is the ball was coming straight across, and Salah still headed it wide when he's facing the goal. For me, it's just as bad.
Drift. Salah's one drifted past the post. Nunes one was not even.
No, but a miss is a miss. Forget how far wide it goes. A miss is a miss.
But you
if
just
you
said
miss
it's just
the
as
target
bad.
from there. A miss is a miss, bro.
Drift. We have to keep it fair. That Nunes head, and again, remember that's
Even
the only.
If you think the Nunes one is worse, it's not by much. The Salah miss was terrible. He was on the edge of the 6-yard box, brother, and he didn't even hit the target.
Bro, Nunes gave it back to Salah, bro.
Yeah, it was poor. But Salah's was just as bad because Salah was facing the goal and still put it wide. When you're heading inside on, it's a bit easier for you to misjudge it. Salah was looking at the goal and just headed it wide. Like, there's no excuse for that, bro. But
I'm not saying another word. I'm gonna let the people talk. I ain't saying nothing. I'm not saying nothing. I mean, people know where I stand with the whole that. But yeah, I think Salah's average.
5's generous, but it is what it is.
Who else? Gakpo. What are we saying for Gakpo? I thought Gakpo, good crossing. Gakpo had a weird. There were times when I thought Gakpo was getting locked up. Then there was times when he was getting free from Caicedo, and when he was getting free, he's putting in the crosses. The other time was getting clamped. Gakpo. In fact, you know what? I think. Would you say Gakpo was a bit better than Salah? I'll be honest.
Gakpo was the best forward. He's definitely the best forward on the pitch today. So I'll probably go maybe 6.
I'm going 6.
Yeah, I'll go 6.
All right, let's look at the subs then. Oh my days, no, I'm going mad. Jota.
In fact, go 6.5 for Gakpo because Gakpo was better than Virgil today.
That's fair, bruv. Jota. Should we just?
Do you know what? It's really, really.
What did Jota do today?
I'm
gonna do it because no one's got the confidence to do it.
It hurts my soul. It hurts my soul. This might be the first ever basement. It might be the first ever basement.
Name me one thing Jota did today, chat. I'm being genuine. This is not me trying to gaslight. No, I'm being genuinely honest.
And again, we're talking about today. Forget.
So he doesn't go in the basement.
We're just talking about today. It might be the first time we have a basement. I think it might be the first time we have someone in the basement, Matt.
I'm gonna be so real, Drift. I don't even want to check his stats. I'm being real, you know. And I know it's just today. This is not his career. He's having a bad season. We're basing everything that we've spoken about today. Jota, I can't lie. He might have the keys. He might have the first keys to the basement. I'm being real, bro. I can't lie, bro. It's a wrap for Jota, you know, bro.
Yeah, I can't.
Even... Oh my days! Do you see the thing go mad for a minute? The basement.
Yeah. That's
the basement was shaking, fam.
That's what happens when you go in the basement. Bro.
No, did you not see that, chat? The basement was shaking, bro. I'm gonna be so real, Drift. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Remind me, that's one of the topics for tomorrow. In fact, I won't even forget. The Jota situation is actually kind of serious because we can all sit here and say it's the bad season, but I'm gonna be real, man.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. We might have to close the door behind him as well and lock it.
It's mad.
Which hurts my heart, man, because I love Jota.
I can't believe Jota was so cold, and now Do you know when I knew Jota felt sad for himself? He started giving away fouls to make himself look busy. I don't know if you remember. There was one bit where he goes, "It was my shoulder. It was my freaking shoulder." But he just fouled him. Man.
No, I think he was right in that. I don't think
but you know what it is? When your best contribution or your standout thing is a shoulder barge, it's peak. That's the only thing I remember is a shoulder barge and his back control.
Yeah.
I'm being dead for real, you know.
Do you know what he's having? I think he's having the same season Joey did 3 years ago, where you just can't explain why it's happening, but he's all over the place.
I'll be real.
But remember, Joey bounced back from that and was one of our best performers the following season.
I don't know.
Don't give up just yet on Jota. Don't give up.
I know. You're right. Because Joey went through all Ice Spice, all them things there. And Joey had one of the best seasons that he's had since a Liverpool player. But I don't know if this feels a bit different with Jota, man. Do you know what it is with Joe Gomez? I've seen Joe Gomez come back from every single injury.
You know, Joe Gomez has had the type of injuries that a doctor would tell you he shouldn't even be walking anymore. You know that. You know that's how bad Gomez's injuries have been, right?
Gomez's injuries have been mad, bro.
Like we're talking leg breaks, metatarsal breaks, hamstring off the bone, like all of his injuries. He's like Ox. Do you remember Ox? If you look at Ox's rap sheet, you don't even know how Ox is walking. Like you actually don't know how Ox still walks. Yeah. Joey's in that bracket, like kneecap dislocated. Like he's had the craziest injuries, bro.
It's mad. I'm scared the injuries have gotten Jota. They finally caught. I'm scared that.
Yeah, they might have. They could have. It could be that. But I'm still not going to give up on him because I remember I sat here and took a lot of slack when I said don't give up on Joey, and then he went on to be one of the greatest performers we had the following season. I'm not saying that Jota's done. I'm just saying Jota is a worry, a big.
The only difference is though, Drift, the expectation for Jota is higher than Gomez.
Yeah,
Gomez is not. Yeah, he's not a starter. Where you know when we look at Jota, we just think every time Jota's playing, gunman, go. Bro, we don't care if you don't play well and score. You know, we just care about you just scoring. But when you're not even playing well, and you're not scoring and you're not playing well.
No, it's
and
a
your
worry.
Physicality looks like it's taking a hit.
It's definitely a worry. There's no two ways about it. It's a worry. But everybody who's telling me that Jota's done are the same people who told me that Virgil and Gomez and all those players were done. Do you remember that summer, bro, when I had to really fight with the fan base over?
There wasn't many, Drift. I know. There wasn't many. I know there were some people that went mad.
Yes, there was Matip, there was Gomez, there was Virgil. Some people even crashing on Salah. Who else was there? There was another player. Who was there? There was another one. There was quite a few people that I had to defend that summer, and people were crashing on them. When I mean crashing on them, I mean they were going ham. And I think Jota's going in that category now where it's like, I get the worry, I get the anxiety, but I'm not going to go as far as to say like never, like he's done, like you're never getting another good Jota, like, you know what I mean? I'm not going to go that far. I'm not Well, maybe it was Robbo. Maybe it was. I just remember people really going ham on a few of the players that year. And then the majority of them came back and had very good seasons the following year.
Yeah. Hold on, I was just trying to see. Oh no, he's there. I couldn't see him. Let's go Chiesa. I don't really remember Chiesa, you know, bro.
Yeah, he didn't really. I don't know if we can even judge him. I don't really think. How long was he on the pitch? 10 minutes.
Yeah, about that. But he didn't even really touch the ball.
It was poor. He didn't do anything, did he?
Chat and be real, man.
Yeah, he didn't do anything.
Should we just leave him there?
He goes in poor then, innit? He didn't do anything.
Yeah, he was kind of poor still. Kind of poor. But again, minutes wise, I don't know if he's 8. Oh, he had 8 minutes, 10 minutes. Should we not rate him then if he only got?
Yeah, it's a bit unfair to even rate him if he only got 8 minutes.
Yeah, let me just. All right, cool. We'll leave him there. McAllister, innit?
Yeah, McAllister came on.
But how long was he on for?
Quite a while. McAllister must have got about 20, 30 minutes today.
He came on with Nunes, innit? If I'm not mistaken. I'm just trying to see I'm trying to get the
maybe 70th minute or something like that.
I'm gonna tell you when he came on now. I'm just trying to. He came on McAllister. on the 69th minute, along with Soboslai. Nunes came on the 58th.
Bro, we made 2 subs that quickly. I didn't even realize.
I didn't even realize, bro. All right, so
he got the assist, but he was quiet though, weren't he?
Who, Mac?
Yeah, he was quiet.
Yeah, Mac was all right.
A corner, which is never. I'm never gonna hype a corner.
But he did get but again, he still got an assist though. It was all right. I'll give Mac like
5.
I'll go 6 for Mac, man. But no, because I'll be real, I'm not capping.
That's quite
when
generous.
When came on, I saw the challenges start to come in still.
Yeah, I'm not gonna argue with you, but I do think that's a little bit generous. But yeah, 6, all right, cool.
Yeah. All right, then let's move on swiftly. Let's move on to Connor Bradley. I'm not gonna lie.
I think Connor Bradley, I put him next to Gakpo, 6.5.
Yeah,
I think Bradley was brilliant when he came on.
He
was one of the main reasons why you realized we'd made substitutions, because the jump from his performance from Trent's performance to his was night and day. It was actually night and day. In fact, now, do you know what? I think Bradley should be a 7. I think Bradley came on and really
you're right.
Improved us a lot.
Got no problems with that.
Yeah, Bradley was very, very good when he came on.
Who's the other one? Have I missed that song?
Soboslai and Nunes.
Yeah, I don't remember. Soboslai like average.
No, poor. Soboslai didn't do anything, and he gave away the penalty. It was his poor pass that gave away the penalty.
Spot on. He played that hospital. Yeah. Sorry, Andre. He played that hospital pass, innit?
Hospital ball.
I can't even lie. Yeah, he set up Kwanzaa.
Yeah, and just put Nunes next to him. Only a 2 or 3 for Nunes as well. Nunes was poor, missed that header.
I'll put Nunes in poor. Do you know what I'm not gonna do? You know I'm not gonna go overboard for Nunes and do the awful. Don't get me wrong. Yes, he had a really bad miss for that. He had one opportunity in the whole game and it was terrible. But I wouldn't say his overall game was like so crap. It's so mad because if you take out that chance that he missed, you probably just be like average or poor, innit? You wouldn't even mention awful. It's only because the header was so bad and it's the standout moment, in my opinion. Anyway, that's just me though. That's me. I'm being fair, innit? I've been fair the whole way.
Yeah. No, that's why I agree with you. That's why I said he was a 2 or a 3, but he's poor 2, not an awful 2, because there's a massive difference. Yeah, when he came on, he was better than Jota. You noticed energy at least, and
he was better than Jota. And again, I know Jota's in the basement.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but there was also 2 occasions when he made a very good covering tackle after Tsimikas was out of position, and he got back and helped defensively as well. So like he still let his presence be known on the pitch to some degree. Whereas, like you said, with Jota just felt like a ghost for the entire match. Like I don't know. Yeah, it was,
Big up Mark. He said it. Mark's doubling down. You know, Matt, you would have been better than Jota.
I remember when somebody said during the game, should we put Matt up front over Jota? I remember someone said that.
Yeah, I think it was Mark, bro. I think it was Mark again.
Oh, Mark,
he's doubling down. Yeah. It's like, Mark doesn't rate me as a striker, but he's saying don't rate me, but I'm still better than Jota. That's big up Mark. That's crazy. Man said wing wizard and that, you know. All right. I think Arnie. Oh, this is where it's gonna get mad, you know, Jeff. But I'm just gonna be quick with this one because we got rid of that supers. I ain't got time for it now. Arnie Slot, what we saying, bro?
5.
Yeah. I'm not gonna go overboard and say it was poor because I don't want to sit here and say he should have made the changes and that led to our demise. I wanted changes. I wanted players rested. I wanted players who haven't played to have an opportunity. Am I happy we lost? No. I'm disappointed that we lost. Of course I am, but I'm not going to crash out and go crazy. I think he done the right thing by giving players an opportunity. How those players took the opportunity is up to them. That's not an Arnie Slot. He didn't know that Harvey Elliott was just going to go missing and Diogo Jota was just going to act like his season done. He didn't know that.
And 2 of the goals, the penalty and the own goal, you can't even put that on the manager.
Yeah,
because when you actually beat the game in isolation, it was 2 very lucky goals for Chelsea. Like it wasn't a penalty. I cannot believe. I know it's a formality because it was the end of the game, but I promise you, VAR just showing more either corruption or incompetence. It was a fucking blatant dive, and Matt, they didn't even look at it. Before we knew it, they showed one replay of the dive, and then the penalty was being taken, and that was it. And you're like, hold on, I've seen VAR take 8 hours over offsides that are clear as day. Yet they couldn't even for 2 seconds look back and check that was a dive from Caicedo for that penalty. Like, are you taking a piss or what? The own goal, can't blame Slot for. Poor clearance from Virgil.
That's what I'm saying from Virgil. That's on Virgil.
You know what I mean? Like, so
like best stupidness, innit? It's a stupidness. Like,
yeah,
he can't.
I'm not gonna be that mad at Slot today. 5.
Yeah, no, I hear that. I think it's a 5 as well. All right, cool. That's all the people. Them. All right, let's get on.
Definitely know if that was at the other end and it was to make for a penalty to make it 2-2, they're looking at that replay and they're checking the dive. I'm telling you, bro.
I reckon if there was more in the game, they would have looked at it. I agree. Big up, Manti. Let's be honest. Many of you in the chat were truly invested in the game today. The players are no different. Not accepting mediocrity, but perspective. No. No one's accepting mediocrity, bro. This is what I want people to understand. It's
hold on a minute, Matt. Just a quick question. Do we drop Slot down to a 4 for bringing off Endo for no reason? I just remembered that was I don't know why he did that, bro. Why on earth did he bring off Endo?
Yeah, we may have Slot to a 4, bro.
That was a really unnecessary decision, isn't it?
Slot, I'm gonna be real, fam. You was there, and now you're there.
You had him in 4 anyway.
No. I moved in there before I put the thing back on the screen, innit? Yeah. So yeah, no, you're right. 100. That was stupid. It didn't make no sense to me. It didn't make
any sense whatsoever. It really.
I don't understand what he was trying to prove.
I don't get why Endo needed to come off.
Big up Khalid. Lads, you won the league. We appreciate 3 points. We needed your players are on vacation. Fix up versus Arsenal, though. Laugh out loud when you want. It's what I'm saying. They knew we was on a vacation. It goes to show what even our rivals think. Yeah, they understand that wasn't us like anywhere near levels. Big up Tim. I'll look at you fellas. I'll look. You're gonna look for some prey, basically.
I'll look out for you.
Look out for you. I hear that. Big up yourself, broski. Big up Ozan. Alright, champione. This
is what I'm saying, man. Let's get the spirits back up, man.
This is the real Kabak, by the way. Man. I know Kabak, actually. I'm just being real, chat. I know Kabak. This is the real Kabak. I'm just letting man them know. Big up Kabak once again. Bad man thing. Big up guys. What's going on, family? First game after a league win, we turn into Man United. No, that's crazy. It's true, bro.
Shout out to Man United being 4-1 down with 20 minutes to go against Brentford. That's crazy.
It's a matting, isn't it? It's a matting. Big up Bayesian. Bless up my brothers, Matt and Drift. #20. Come on, my broski.
Big up, broski.
Bless
45 months a member as well. Big up, brother, man.
Trust me. Big up Bazaar. A member for 20 months as well. Don't lose to Asna. Don't care about the rest.
No, that's big fact. That's big. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna sound like a hypocrite in this one moment.
No, but I know what you're gonna say.
I have an agenda, an open-ended. Everybody knows I'll never hide it agenda. Fuck Arsenal on every minute of every day of every week of every month of every year, and I'm pissed off. I didn't even mention every second before I said every minute. Yeah, fuck them. I'm telling you now, bro, we better not play like that next week.
I'll make a bet of you now. Jota will start.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be diabolical.
So when you see that, you're going to be like, oh, but that was in vain. Because you know it should be Diaz starting.
I know, but you want to know what? I'm going to sit here right now. I'm going to tell you, if Jota starts against Arsenal, he scores. He loves Arsenal. Watch.
Do you want me to show you what the basement? He's our first ever player with the basement.
He'll score, bro.
I hear it.
He'll score. What?
He loves Arsenal, but still, bro.
He loves Arsenal, bro.
Pick up Reg 2308. Why do fans want validation from rivals? Still #20.
This is what I'm saying, guys. Do not turn into Arsenal fans who beg for validation and attention. That's all I'm saying. Them man, they are so insecure. It's crazy, bro. You've never seen insecurities like the Arsenal fan base. Them man, they need validation daily, bruv. Like Insta baddies, bro.
Of course.
You know them ones, bruv. Like that's what we should treat them, man. They're like they're Insta baddies, bro. They need validation and attention all fucking day.
Man said Insta body.
Crazy, bro.
Big up guys. Can't lie. I've celebrated more than more than that Virgil goal when I played a power league. The negativity, bro, our level is so high now. Sign the lap, big up, guys.
Right, you want the lap like that, guys? Yeah.
Hey, guys is a big fan of the lap still. Big up Jamra. Imagine playing time in UEFA Champions League qualifying is the reason Højsen signs for Chelsea. That would be hilarious. But hey, we champs. Nothing else matters.
See, I get where Jamot's trying to go with this.
I get what he's trying to do.
But you're doing too much, bro. You do. If Højsen gets if Chelsea
no, can I be real? If Højsen get Chelsea,
it will not be because we let them win today.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, it won't be because of that. If Chelsea get Højsen, it's because I think it just comes down to playing time more than anything. Because he wants the playing time, but that we can't guarantee him next year because he'll be fighting with Virgil and Ibu. Whereas right now, if you're Dean Højsen, you go in with that mentality of I'm better than Shalaba and I'm better than the Kogel. I'm getting in over either of them. That's the mentality. And not only that, you just know they're going to give man mad wages that we probably wouldn't offer at Liverpool. That's me being real, Jammer. That's not me trying to debunk everything that you're saying, but I just think that's why I would think he would go Chelsea.
Yeah. I'm not saying Jamrock is all the way wrong.
But you're not wrong, though, Jamrock.
I think you're doing too much, though. And I'll tell you why. I don't think at Højsen's age, Champions League football is going to be the deciding factor on where he goes. We're not talking about killing Mbappe or someone of that level. We're talking about a 20-year-old, a 19, 20-year-old that's just strategically making moves. I don't know if you saw the interview we did yesterday, bro, but him and his agent and his family are being very strategic. And he admitted he went to Bournemouth purely for game development.
Yeah, bro, I know.
So where he goes next isn't going to be about Champions League. It's going to be about where he thinks his development will be.
Development, more playing time, and obviously bigger competition. His ideal, he wants to play Real Madrid, 100%.
But I don't even know if he would go to Real Madrid right now because that could
stunt
his progression.
No, not now. So that's why a lot of the talk is he wants to stay in the Prem, and he'll give that Prem team a good amount. Let's say 4 years. 4 or 5 years. That's a good amount of time. Do you get what I'm saying? But his ideology, I believe, is to go to Real Madrid. Probably his dad wants him to play for Real Madrid already, bro. They've already spoken about it. Like,
it was very watching him speak. He was, especially for how young he is, he was very well spoken. It seems like he's got his head screwed on. And for me, it seems like when Dortmund were able to get Bellingham and Dortmund were able to get Haaland, bigger clubs wanted him, but it was about being smart and going where you know is going to help your career. I don't think he moves this summer for any other reason than what he sees as progression in his career, not Champions League. I don't think he's like, I need to play in the Champions League. I need to play in the... He's 19. I don't think that's what he's thinking is right now.
No, he's ambitious, but I think he knows in his ability, he can play for a Champions League team. He knows he can play for a Champions League team.
Yeah, I'm guessing he's got...
But I know what you mean. I don't think it's going to be the decisive. I think he's playing time and development. I agree. Big up Beijing. Drift, I'm with you. F Arsenal. I want Spurs win Europa just to see them crash out with 0 trophies again. And Spurs, Palace, and Chelsea have parades in London, and they are left soaking. Facts, bro. Facts.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah. London,
Big up Beijing.
It like God forbid if Arsenal win the Champions League, yeah. But let's just go on the premise that they do.
Yeah.
Do you know how wild London would be if Chelsea, Tottenham, and Arsenal? Actually, do you know what? Actually, no. I'll give Chelsea a bit of grace. I don't think Chelsea do a parade for a conference.
They probably don't.
Yeah, I don't think they do. I know. I don't think they. I don't.
But Arsenal will 100% do one for Champions League. Remember, it's their first ever one.
And Tottenham will definitely do one for their first ever fucking trophy. Yeah, I know I'm being disrespectful there, but you get my point. Like. But imagine if all 3 London clubs win in Europe, yeah? London will be, the parade thing will be mad, bro.
It'd be crazy. I can't lie. It'd be mad.
It would actually be wild. And because of where they're all centered, they'd have to strategically do them one after the other. They wouldn't even be able to do them at the same time. I don't even know how that would even work. Chelsea, Tottenham, and Arsenal were so close to each other that they would actually have to do a day each. Like they'd have to plan it with each other to do it 3 days in a row.
Them man would have to split the bill and that. You know them ones there. We ain't got to worry about that. We're just doing our thing. We ain't got them man can split the bill, decide who's gonna do. We ain't got to worry about nothing. We just go out. But I hear what you're saying though. Facts. It is. It would be crazy though in London. That would be mad. I can't lie. But yeah, man. Oh, yeah, big up Beijing each and every time.
Oh, actually, that's, you know what, Doda's got a point, actually. Because they're a week and a half apart from each other, the parades will have already happened before the Champions League final. That's true.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because if I'm not mistaken, the Conference League is on a Saturday, and then the Europa League's on a Wednesday, and then the Champions League's on a Saturday, the following Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, that's true, actually. They would have the parade at like one after the other. Yeah, that's true.
Fair play. Listen, guys, we're gonna end it there. We'll be back tomorrow, morning show, Monday night show. Tomorrow's a bank holiday, actually. I think it is, isn't it? Tomorrow the 5th, isn't it? Bank holiday.
Yeah. Tomorrow's a bank holiday.
Bank holiday, but I don't think nothing don't change for us people. You know the thing already. So if you're not doing that on your bank holiday and you want to watch Team Kopish, you know what time it is, people. We'll be back usual time. Like I said, they're keeping an eye on the morning show. We're keeping out for the rest of the week as well. We'll let you guys know what we're doing. Probably more so tomorrow. We'll review. We'll let you guys know what we're doing for the rest of the week. And yeah, listen. I know we lost. Don't get it twisted. I know we lost, but remember, we're champions. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, we are the champs. We lost the game, but we won the war. Remember that. Exactly. We are the champs. Don't ever forget that. Don't let no one tell you nothing. Like, don't get it twisted. Okay, Chelsea beat us, cool. Whatever. You beat us in a one-off game. We won the freaking league.
Do you know, bro? Let me just ask you a quick question before because I know we want to wrap up, but I know I'm going to forget by tomorrow. When you look at the terrible, and when I say terrible, I mean terrible quality of now the Europa League, because no teams from the Champions League
they don't drop down from Champions League to.
Do you not think now that the Europa League should actually be cancelling you qualify for Champions League by winning Europa League? Like, I now think that should be cancelled. You know, the quality is so bad in the Europa League now. I don't think you should be rewarded by getting Champions
yes
League
and no. Yes and no, because if you're what it can prove is if you win it, you're too good for the competition. But at the same time, you could also do the whole...
You're just the best of a bad bunch.
No, but you might be too good though. We can't rub out that if someone does win it, you could look at them as a totality. All right, here's where it's gonna be mad.
Did you see the semi-final was?
Yeah, I know. If Man United win it, which flipping no, they might win it. It don't make sense. Because they're 17th or whatever.
Look at the semi-final.
14th, whatever.
Look at the semi-final of that competition. That looked like a Carling Cup semi-final, bro, in terms of quality.
I hear it, bro.
In fact, the Carling Cup had better fucking quality in it, bro. It had Newcastle, Liverpool, and Arsenal all in the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. Bro, that was Bodo Glimt and Bilbao. Bro? No, I'm sorry, bro. The quality of that tournament is so poor now.
Baggins and them boy then.
I don't think you should be given Champions League football anymore. I don't. I do not think you should qualify anymore from winning that dead tournament.
How about this? No disrespect. We'll let the peasants sort that out, yeah, because they're peasants to us, yeah. How about that? We don't go in competitions, bro. Don't get twisted. We went there for 1 year because we took a timeout, but we don't deal with in competitions. So I don't, bro. For all I care about, they could scrap it because we're not there. This will probably come out to haunt me next season. Next season we finish in 7th from Europa. What I'm saying is this though. All jokes aside, yeah. Whatever they do with it, it don't really concern us because like we're too good for them things there, bro. On a serious note, we're actually too good for them competitions, bro.
Or do you know what? If you do get to qualify, I think there should be some kind of stipulation based on other factors like your league form and stuff like that. There is nowhere in this world that you should be relegated or be in relegation and then get Champions League football. Like that competition isn't important enough anymore. The quality is so low now in that competition because 5 teams now from the major leagues and 4 from the others go into the Champions League now.
I hear it.
That the quality of the Europa League is on the floor, bro. When I say on the floor, I mean on the floor. Like I know this is gonna sound like I'm being shady, but if Tottenham win that tournament,
I will do,
that
Ali. I will.
Everything
don't spam,
you need to know.
Don't spam the chat, please, Ali. Don't spam the chat. I'll check, but don't spam the chat, please, bro.
If Tottenham win the Europa League, it says everything you need to know about the quality of that tournament. They are 17th in the fucking Premier League.
Bro, I know, no. But what I'm saying is
17th. They've lost 20 times this season. What I'm saying. And then they get Champions League football.
But all right, let me give an example. If Bilbao, but again, no.
Now Bilbao are horse shit, bro.
No. You see, Bilbao, they had a really bad game.
No, they're horse shit, bro.
All right, cool.
Bro.
You know they got one of the best defenders. And again, I know you don't rate La Liga. But you see, from a defensive point of view, I think they've had a pretty good season from a defensive point of view, you know? One of the best defenses in the league.
I'm almost certain that says everything about the league, bro.
They're fourth
that makes it worse.
They're fourth in the league, fam.
And they just let Man United beat them 3-0 in their own
They did get a man sent off, though, Drift. We have to add context.
They were losing, like they were already losing.
Come on, man. Drift, I'm going to be real. We'll have to
people are actually going to sit here and try and convince me Bilbao are a good side.
Drift. They've lost 5 games in the league, you know. Just 5.
There's more about the league, bro.
All right, Drift.
Anyway, I'm just saying, I don't think you should be.
If Barcelona win it, we're going to revisit this conversation. Because Barcelona in the league as well.
I don't think you should get Champions League football. I don't.
Do you know what I mean? Barcelona, they are top of La Liga and they potentially have a very good chance of winning La Liga. La Liga's not that bad, Drift. I don't think it is. But what it is, you can catch a team on an off day. Bro, PSG chefed us up, you know. That would never happen, in my opinion, if we played them again.
They are a very good side.
No, they're good, but you know, I still think we're better than PSG. They just caught us in a bad moment.
They did. That's facts. I agree.
I genuinely feel like we're better. Like I genuinely feel like if PSG play us again, we beat them. We just had such a bad game, especially the first, second leg. Sorry, at Anfield, we didn't even score.
I don't know. I'm just saying, and not only that, the financial rewards that come with Champions League. I don't think teams finishing 17th in the league should be allowed that reward. It just don't seem right. If Tottenham win the Europa League or Man United and they're 15th and 17th respectively, nah, bro, that's not right. You should not get Champions League football because you won a deadbeat European competition when you finish 17th in the league. You can get relegated and get Champions League football now, then that means. Nah, man, come on, man. What are we doing, man? Come on, that rule's got to change.
You know what it is? I know you're passionate about it. Whereas, because I know we're not really. Do you know what it is? I think if we was finishing around them areas, like I don't even know, but like a Villa or something. Yeah, I'll be a bit. Whereas right now, Jiff, all jokes aside, I'm the champion. I don't care, bro. I'm a Champions League.
No, I hear you. I'm
being shameless. I'm being shameless, and not only that, I'm not really deep in it. But what you're saying is kind of true though, because if a team is 17th and 14th, and they potentially can win it, what is the state of the Europa? But however. When there's a cup competition and the format hasn't changed like Champions League, when there's a cup competition...
No, it has changed. It's changed.
Oh, is it like the Champions League? I ain't even paying attention.
It's exactly like
All right, so hear this now. Yeah, you're right. I'm going mad. Even in... Because right now it's in cup competition format. That league format is done, yeah? It's done. Cup competition format. Bruv, anybody can win a game of football. This is what I'm trying to say. So... it kind of negates the point. It doesn't matter where you finish. It's cup football now. Hence why the FA Cup is like that. A team like Plymouth beat Liverpool. Why? Cup format, win one game. If you get caught in your ends, you're finished. That's what happened to us. We got caught in Plymouth, but not in our ends. You get the premise.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
You get the premise. But yeah, people, listen. Big up. Make sure you join tomorrow. We'll be back on Big Up next Sunday for the Arsenal game. Arsenal, we better win that game because if we don't, I think there will be a different reaction. I can't lie because they are our rivals, whereas Chelsea aren't our rivals, but they try to be our rivals at the start of the season. But, you know, it is one of them things. Make sure you check out our channels on Big Up. On Tuesday, I'll be doing the return leg, Barca Inter. Drift will be doing PSG Arsenal. Make sure you're there, people. On Wednesdays, you got 2 big Champions League games on my channel, on Drift's channel. So make sure you check that out, people, on Tuesday and Wednesday. Tomorrow, you got the morning show, and then obviously later in the evening chat. It's a bank holiday. You still got your Monday night show. So everyone, you can still have a blessed Monday and a bank holiday. But people, listen, don't be too downhearted. No one's okay with losing, by the way, before people start trying to say too much. I'm just saying we're champions. We're pissed off. But you know what? We're going to go again. And don't let this destroy your evening. Because, yeah, we're champions. You know them ones there. Don't forget that, people. But people, listen. Bless up. We'll see you tomorrow. And you never guess what? We're still champions. Imagine that. But people, enough love. Take care. God bless. It's Team Kopish. Right, people. Love.
Peace.
And make sure you like the video and subscribe as well. Come on, chat. What we doing here? Don't act like our performance today. You know the ones. I'm out. Love.